James Gallo sitting down with Moose Jaw Warrior Jagger Firkus. And Jagger, 3.5, almost 4 years with the Moose Jaw Warriors, 310 points, your fourth all-time in scoring, 144 goals, second all-time in goals. Amazing accomplishments. Congratulations to you. I know it's been a couple of days since the regular season has ended. Have you reflected on those accomplishments? And if so, what do you kind of think? And what do you think about being fourth all-time in scoring, second all-time in goals?
Yeah, I don't think I've really reflected on too much of it yet. I think I'm really worried about this year and the playoffs coming up. I think that's most what I'm excited about coming in. Even coming in this season, I didn't really have any of those goals in the back of my mind. I just knew we had a strong team. So obviously the goal in the room is to win a championship. And if we can do that, that's something that I'll remember.
In terms of scoring, you trail only Braden Point, Chad Hins, and Theo Fleury, who are Moose Jaw Warrior legends. Is it humbling to know that you're now in the same category as those guys?
Yeah, 100% it is, especially a guy like Braden Point. I think you hear so many stories about that guy in this organization and what he meant to the organization, and I think it honestly is just an honor to be in the same conversation as those guys.
A little bit of similarities with Braden Point in terms of your style. I know Mitch Marner's a guy you model your game after as well. Was Braden Point one of those guys that you kind of looked at?
Yeah, he has been a lot this year. Even talking to Seattle, they say that I remind him a little bit of Braden Point. So obviously hearing stuff like that also means the world to me, especially coming from the team that drafted me. And I think if I can get comparisons like Braden Point, I'll be happy.
Talking to Moose Jaw Warrior Jagger Firkus, again, fourth all-time in scoring, second all-time in goals. And Jagger just an amazing season this year, 126 points. He won the Bob Clarke Trophy for the WHL scoring title. Also won the CHL, the Canadian Hockey League scoring title. Now, when you came into the season, was that a realistic goal that you were shooting for personally?
If I'm being honest, Seattle had it set for me as a goal that they wanted to be a top leader, but in the back of my mind, it wasn't really processing that it could come true. I just knew that if I worked my hardest in the season, and I think I had a really good start to the season, so that's really when I started to believe it. And especially when you hear from Seattle that they have belief in you that you can do that, it means a lot, and it brings your confidence up a lot as well.
I was going to ask, do you like the fact that your NHL team, the Kraken, challenged you, felt that you could do it, and challenged you to maybe meet that expectation?
Yeah, 100%. It shows that they believe in me, and that means the world. Like I just said, if have a team like that gives you confidence coming into the season, it meant a lot to me.
Takes a lot to get that many points in your career, that many points in a single season. When you look back, is consistency a word that you would use to describe your productivity?
Yeah, that was, especially this year, was one big thing that I wanted to be better at, and Seattle wanted me to be better at, is just being consistent day in and day out, and trying to live life like a pro, and because that's where they want me to be next year. And I think this year I've done a good job of that. I think if throughout the season I had a lot of games where I put up numbers, and I think that just comes with consistency and being ready to go every night.
Talking with Jagger Firkus, Jagger, to reach the milestones that you had, it always takes a team, right? And the guy I really want to focus in on is Braden Point, because you guys have been together since the Hub season. I've said publicly I feel that you two are probably Braden Jagger.
Yes,
Braden Jagger,
yes,
my apologies. You and Braden Jagger have been together since the Hub season, and talk about your chemistry and how much on the ice and off the ice that you two kind of play off each other.
Yeah, I mean, we have been. It's pretty crazy that we've been on a line together since he was 15, I was 16. It's honestly insane to think about. I think the chemistry we have on the ice it's you guys can see it. I think we can play well on the ice, but I think it all comes from off the ice with the guy he is, guys we are around each other. We kind of bring each other up. We bring energy to the team, and every single day when Yag smiles, it puts a smile on my face, to be honest. He's a big smile that it means a lot to me, and I mean, he's one of my best friends, and he's one of the best players I've played with as well.
In the Western Hockey League, right from the start, you have worked with head coach Mark O'Leary and associate coach Scott King. Just maybe explain the impact that those two guys have had on you.
Yeah, they've had a big impact. They've watched me grow as a player, as a person. Obviously, I came into this team and I wasn't the, biggest prospect coming into this team. I was a fourth rounder, and for guys like Lears and Kinger to believe in me and put me in the situations they have been in the last couple of years, it means a lot to me, and I'm just happy that I can repay him with having a good season like this year.
As well, general manager Jason Rimplinger, the guy that drafted you in the fourth round, having his support throughout the course of your career, what has that meant to you?
A lot. Same thing with Ripper. He's one who gave me the opportunity to be here. Who knows if I go in another team what happens, and the fact that I got to come to Moose Jaw and got to be a part of this team at such a young age, it really helped me grow, and have guys like Radek Korzak that helped me lead or come through and help me become who I am, to be honest with you. They like Kors, he's also another guy that's kind of seen me grow from the time I was 15 to all the way to last year, and I still talk to him to this day. And that's what the coolest thing about Moose Jaw is how many great friends I've become, or how many great friends I've gotten from being a part of this team.
We talk about, the people that have impacted while you were here, but before you got to Moose Jaw, there's been a lot of people that have helped you get along the way. And I know your family, strong supporters, are always at all the games. Just maybe talk about some of the coaches that you've had to help you in your past to get you to the Western Hockey League.
Yeah, it's the same thing with all those coaches. I wasn't the greatest player when I was younger, and the guys that really supported me and helped me keep making strides throughout the time I was 14 to 13 or however old I was. My older brother is also a really big guy that helped me throughout anything. He's a skills instructor that is the guy who let me have a good shot, to be honest. He's the one who created my shot, and there's so many guys that have supported me. The whole town of Irma has been unbelievable. I get text messages from guys from Irma every single day just supporting me, especially throughout this last week, getting that trophy. I've had quite a bit of support, and it means a lot to me.
I love the plug for your brother, right? If you want a great shot like Jagger Firkus, go see his brother. He's available anytime. I'm sure he'll help you out on that. James Gallo winding down with Jagger Firkus. Jagger, again, we talk about your career, 4th all-time in scoring. Do you remember point number 1?
I don't know. Was it my goal? Was that my first goal? Was that my first point?
January 24th, 2020, your first goal against the Swift Current Broncos as a 15-year-old.
Yes, I do remember. It was the same game. At scored the same game as me.
Yeah.
We were on the same line, and we were buzzing, apparently, if we both had a goal that night. I think it's probably one of the only goals I've had that was a tip in my entire career, and I still look at it sometimes. I'm like, that was a nice tip by young Jags.
Looking back, you guys kind of scored the way that your careers went. It was a great tip that you had, and Atlee scored a goal right in front of the net, right? So it kind of predicted what you guys would become.
Yeah, 100%. Also thinking about that was so long ago with Ats, it's crazy that it's kind of coming to an end here. This year, I've played with Rat since that day, and it's just really cool that I get to play with that guy like that.
That was goal 1, 143 later. Are there any goals that stand out to you as memorable?
I would say last year in the playoffs against Lethbridge. That was probably my funnest goal I've had in my entire career so far. I think just scoring a playoff goal, especially an overtime winner, those really mean a lot to someone.
Jagger, as we wind down, last question. You've talked a lot about how tight this core is. You guys came together in the hub, have grown up together here in the Friendly City. How important are you guys, or how much are you guys looking forward to this playoff starting Friday against the Brandon Wheat Kings?
Yeah, this is what we've all been looking forward to since we came here at camp at the start of the year. We've believed in this team every single day. I think we've taken strides from the start of the year, big strides as well. And now that playoffs are getting going, I think our team's super excited in the room, and we're ready to get going because we want to do something this year, and we want to make sure it's a memorable year.
Standing room only at the Firkus Circus when the playoffs get started. Jagger Firkus, congratulations again on the season. Congratulations, 4th all-time in scoring. Good luck to you and the Warriors as you start the playoffs against the Wheat Kings.
Thank you very much.